Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All Too Real 2. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is...
It's Matthew Stewart.
You changed your last name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that kind of sucks, because we're going to have to, redo all of the, promotion for the show, and...
That's all right. You can just leave that name on there. It's fine.
Oh, okay. The name we won't speak of?
Yeah.
Voldemort?
Yeah, Voldemort. He who must not be named. Matavort. No.
Yes. So, yes, Matthew Haas. Whoops, Matthew Stewart. I'm sorry. Anyways, today on the show, we are covering a film from the 90s called Masterminds. Came out in 1997. It was directed by Roger Christian. Screenplay by Floyd Byers. Film starred Patrick Stewart, Vincent Kartheiser, Brenda Fricker, Brad Whitford, Matt Craven, my Facebook friend Annabelle Gurwitch, and I'm not Kristen Stewart, Katie Stewart, sorry. Two different people. And yes. And then other people as well.
Other people.
There were literally dozens or hundreds of people in the movie.
Yeah, we can't name them all. Sorry.
Yeah. Such as K-Dog, played by John Abrahams. Sorry. Yes. K-Dog.
K-Dog.
Yes.
Was that his friend? The kid's friend?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, what exactly happened in this movie, Matt?
Like a million things. If you watch movies from the 90s, like action movies in particular, there's a constant theme in a lot of these movies is that it's just jam-packed with action. It's almost from the get-go to the end of the movie. Newer action movies tend to kind of have a formula of where the first hour of the film is kind of a build-up, and then you kind of have an action for the next the last maybe 30 or 40 minutes of the movie. But 90s movies, it's if you go to an action movie, you're getting your money's worth. It's Uzis and machine guns and explosions and floods and hostage taking. And then you got Patrick Stewart doing a little dance, talking about going to the tropical places and all that kind of stuff. And, that's just this particular movie. I'm not sure if every action movie in the 90s has Patrick Stewart going, ooh, going to the tropics or whatever. But,
they should.
But that would be cool if they did. Yeah.
Just randomly for no reason.
Yeah, he just shows up and... so, this kid, I forgot his name already. What was his kid's name? The main dude,
the character, Ozzy.
Yeah, the main guy, kid.
Ozzy Paxton is the character's name, played by Vincent Kartheiser.
Right. So he's a really good hacker, and he's maybe only 14 or something like that, and he's trying to he's trying to download this game called Scream 2, which looks terrible to be honest, but it's 1997. So,
well, I think it was the movie Scream 2.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because this was right around the time that it did come out, but the problem with it is at the beginning they say that doesn't come out till Monday. Movies are never released on Monday.
Right. Okay. So
DVDs and VHS and stuff, because I worked at Blockbuster for years, so I know this. Were always released on Tuesdays. So
right. Yeah, so I don't know then, but that must have been just like a plot hole or something like that. But he's trying to like hack into it, and for some reason the company made like this weird page where you actually had to like go through like a literal door, which doesn't really make any sense to me, where it's like why would a company who's trying to keep out hackers physically design something where you're like moving your joystick around to like go through like doors and like skeletons, or like it makes no sense.
Well, that's the way 90s hacker movies were.
Yeah, exactly. Made. Like they had no idea what hackers really did, and they're like, "Oh, this must be what hackers do."
Yeah, it wasn't like it was, like modern hackers where we actually know what the hell's going on, and it's right. like TV shows like what's that Mr. Robot or something, where they actually do it properly and you know what the hell's going on. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And so he of course gets to the door, with 1 second left, and they're even saying like, "We're tracking your location. Disconnect now. You are committing a federal offense." Like they would just tell the person this stuff like that. Oh, we're sending someone your way so you can prepare to run away. Like what? Like that's really weird. Way to tell the criminal how to like get out of the situation that they're doing, the illegal thing that they're doing.
Well, they're they're just nice people. They're giving you a warning, So
Exactly. The people at Scream 2, they're just looking out for the criminals that are trying to steal their movie. Of course, it's good.
And Scream 2 was produced by very upstanding people like Harvey Weinstein.
Oh boy.
Sorry, we're not going to go there.
I did not know that or remember that. Scream 2 was pretty good, though. I did like that movie.
Yeah.
I liked it. I actually kind of liked it a little bit better than the first one. I know it's probably blasphemy, but I did kind of. I just snorted a little bit. Wow. Okay.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, I had a chicken sandwich earlier that was spicy. Maybe that made me snort. I don't know.
That's okay. As long as it wasn't cocaine, you're good.
No, I don't do that anymore. Oh wait, no, I never did. So he finally gets in there, and then it says like it's gonna take like 8 hours to download the movie. I'm like, that's 90s right there, man. Like I gotta go to bed. Maybe when I wake up, it'll be done downloading. It's like, okay, nowadays like 15 minutes or whatever. And then like his little sister or stepsister rather, she's like trying to sneak in his room for some reason in the morning, and he's got like this little like sensor thing.
Yeah.
And like she passes it, and it like stops to download for some reason, which I don't understand.
Well, I don't think it stopped the download. I think it just basically put a like thing on the screen so you couldn't see what was going on.
Oh, okay, all right, maybe, okay, yeah. And so he's being mean to her, like get out of my room and all this stuff, and then his stepmom comes in and she yells at him, for like being mean to her or whatever, and she's the daughter's making a big show of it, like crying and crap, and then she tells the kid's dad, Ozzy's dad, to go up there and have a stern fatherly talk to him about respecting the sister or whatever, and his dad realizes that he's actually downloading the movie illegally, and he gets mad at him, and he's like, one more time and we're sending you to military school, and they're gonna cut your hair and all this kind of stuff, because the kid's got long hair. Yeah. Like a typical hacker does in that era. They got long-haired skateboard man and listen to Stabbing Westward. For the kids out there, Stabbing Westward was a popular electronic rock band that was popular for like 2 years back in the 90s. And, from like 95 to 98.
I loved them.
They were a good band. No, they were good. No, don't get me wrong. I do like their first 2 albums.
That's what I was kind of surprised how the movie opened up with Stabbing Westward. And I was like, wait, really?
Yeah.
What? Oh, okay.
That's actually one of the first things I remember about that movie is that it opened with that song, actually. That, can you help me? Or whatever he says. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Or what do you want to do? Whatever.
What do I have to do?
Yes, what do I have to do, Eric? Thank you.
What do I have to do to make you understand?
Really great song, though. It kind of reminds me of Filter a little bit. Anyway, it's not a music episode, but they also have a Seven Dust song, by the way. From Seven Dust's first album, I forgot which. Whatever. I don't remember the song, but But I'm a huge Seven Dust fan, so that was cool. And so his dad's like, he's like some business dude, and he's like trying to like secure some like really huge deal, like $1 billion deal with like some other company, and he's got to fly out to whatever to try to make this deal against a competitor who's also trying to secure this client or whatever. So Ozzy's got to take his sister to school as like his punishment or whatever, and he's got to make sure that he actually takes her to class, though. He can't just show up at school. He's got to actually be there. And then the principal or whatever sees him, and she's like yelling at him because he has like a life.
Principal Claire Maloney, played by Brenda Fricker.
Yes, great actress.
Oh, I know.
By the way, been in so many movies. She was in that what movie was I can't remember now. I'm gonna never mind. I don't want to go on a tangent. But she was in a movie about like this Irish dude who was like how'd it go? There was like this Irish dude that didn't want to sell his property because there was an American guy played by Tom Berenger who was like, I think he was born in Ireland, but he grew up in America, and he wanted to like buy like all of this land for like some real estate, kind of like a Trump thing basically, and like the whole town I guess was thinking of selling, but he didn't want to sell his land, and then it was like becoming like this huge thing where like anyway she played like the wife of the dude I think, and of the guy who didn't want to sell the land. Anyway, he killed a Tom Berenger character by accident, and when they got into like a fight near the river, and then like the guy literally like danced with Tom Berenger's dead body for like 3 hours until the sun came up because he didn't want to believe that he actually killed him. So he's like, he's doing okay, he's fine, and like his son is with him. He's like, Dad, he's dead. Anyway, that's a weird tangent, but
she was also in Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. So.
Oh yeah, of course, duh. God damn it, that was a better example. But not this weird, obscure movie that I saw one time on IMC like 10 years ago. But I don't even remember the name of the fucking movie. Anyway, so she's in it. She's good. She's good in this movie, and like in every movie she's been in. And she's like, "You better get out of here," or something to that effect. You got a lifetime ban, and you're a bad kid. And
that movie was called The Field, by the way.
Is that what it was? The Field? Okay.
Yeah, it's a 1990 film. Yeah.
You just look it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty good movie, actually. It's a pretty good movie. Unfortunately, the kid dies at the end, or he wasn't a kid, he was like 20, but whatever. Sorry, I ruined it for you, but
it's all right.
I'm sorry, a 30-year movie. The spoilers are okay. So, anyway, so she's like, "You better, you better go after your sister gets in the classroom. Get out of here." And then, just as he's about to leave, the Patrick Stewart guy shows up. I forgot his character's name. What was his name?
Rafe Bentley.
That's right, Rafe Bentley. He's walking down the stairs and he's like, "What's this?" or whatever, and he like meets the kid or whatever, and he's like, "Oh well, I would have been much harsher on you if I was in control of this school or whatever." And he's like, "Ta-ta." He didn't say ta-ta, but like, and then I just imagine him saying ta-ta. And then, so he's about to leave and stuff, and then he's kind of like, he wants to, like, do one last little prank on him, I guess, or whatever. So, like, Rafe,
R-A-F-E.
Oh, Rafe. Okay, so Rafe is, like, showing her, like, the security thing that he set up because he's been, like, working for the past, like, 3 weeks on, like, this really advanced, like, security system for the school. And, you know, he's got to show off his handiwork or whatever, and then, like, Ozzy, he goes in somewhere, like, the control room or whatever, and he, like, puts porn, basically, on the screen, and he's, like, Rafe is like, oh, just hold on, no technical difficulties here or whatever, and then, Ozzy, you know, he leaves, and, like, the security guard is, like, yelling at him, like, you're dead meat or whatever, and then all of a sudden, the van that he just let in, like, they come out of the van and shoot him with, like, one of those tranquilizer darts, and then, like, Ozzy's like, whoa, that's weird, man, that's not normal, something's going on in this school or whatever. and then Rafe, okay, so, like, another thing about these action movies, sorry, weird tangent, is that these stories tend to, like, really kick off, like, really fast into the movie. So, like, this is, like, 20 minutes in the movie, and already, like, we know, like, what's going on. Like,
well, yeah. Which is good, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a 90s thing. So, like, 20 minutes in, we already know that Rafe is the bad guy, and he's been basically planning, like, this siege of the school because it's, like, a really fancy school, like, with a lot of rich kids and stuff. So he's, like, wants to take, like, 10 of them hostage and, like, you know, basically want, like, $70 million or whatever for, you know, their release. And he's, like, telling the kids that, like, it's all part of, like, a drill, that they're, like, been doing this thing with the police. And so you might hear, like, explosions and gunshots. It's all fake, though. It's all part of the thing or whatever. Yeah. What do you think happens after that?
What do I think? Okay. Well, no, I know. Yeah. So basically, what we have going on next is okay. So they you know, tranquilized and subdued the staff members and stuff. They lock down the school and hold the children hostage. Bentley he plans this ransom thing because of all these people. Ozzy attempts at one point to alert his little stepsister Melissa to the danger. She doesn't believe him and is subsequently chased by one of he is subsequently chased by one of the gunmen. Eventually he using acid and stuff from the science lab. If I remember, he stops that guy. Then he starts messing with a computerized security system because, you know, he's a hacker. So what ends up happening is the police show up because they're alerted to the situation. They make several attempts to enter the school, but rocket launchers, mines, and other things kind of thwart their attempts. Yeah, there's he's talking with a police captain guy or whatever over the phone, like a negotiator sort of guy. Mm-hmm. Basically, what ends up happening is at the same time there's like this meeting going on for this network, this like television network to be bought by this company that Ozzy's dad works for, and then Bradley Whitford's character is his boss who owns the company, and he's one of the guys in the negotiation. And they're trying to buy this company for like $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually they're alerted to the fact that there's like a hostage situation at the school by the stepmother of Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
Played by my Facebook friend Annabelle Gurwitch.
Mm-hmm. That's so cool that you're friends with her on Facebook, though.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, wait a second, I know her. Anyways, what ends up happening is they're called out of that meeting or whatever, and they're trying to get their financial advisor to, like, you know, stall things and get things, you know, so they can still buy the company, because there's another guy trying to buy the company as well. So, do you want to take a break, Matt?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just like so trying to remember what happened, and it's like kind of hard
That's
to
fine.
remember. Okay,
I can jump in too. We can just go back and forth or whatever.
Yeah, we'll come
can,
back here in a minute here, folks. You know, listen to these ads and stuff and enjoy.
What is Gen X? What is the silent generation? What do generations have in common? Hi, I'm Trish the Dish from the Gen X Voice podcast, and I invite you to listen to conversations I have with folks from different generations, backgrounds, beliefs, and experiences in an attempt to see what connects rather than divides us. Even though Gen X has been called slackers, Karens, or not mentioned at all in some cases, we are the bridge generation, so I feel compelled to do my part to destroy ageism by bringing all these voices together. And, as a bonus, each guest gets to answer some 80s questions at the end of each show. So download and listen to Gen X Voice today on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And let's see how much we have in common after all.
And like the masterminds that we are back.
And actually, I'm actually taking a course in ethical hacking.
Are you?
Maybe that's why I thought of the movie. I don't know.
Ethical hacking.
Yeah, I think it's like, I mean, I've only like done like one little video so far, but I think it's more of like how to stop hackers, I guess, essentially, kind of like the counter.
Oh, that's cool.
You know that kind of thing.
You can stop these like scammers and stuff online and everything.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. Like you gotta know what hackers do, man, in order to stop them. That kind of thing. So,
I've been watching a lot of videos from like this guy Pleasant Green or something like that about all these scammers that he stopped, and then other people too, like Kit Boga and stuff like that. You know, these guys that I think that's his name, but whatever, that stop scammers and, you know, waste their time. And
that guy, yeah, that guy's great.
Different people, yeah, it's fun, yeah, like all the different ones I've been watching. It's pretty cool to see that, and then you know, watching James Veach's comedy stuff about how he responds to, you know, spam emails and stuff and wastes their time too. It's all fun, yeah. Anyways, and then, you know, I like to mess with those people too when they try to tell me that they're going to promote our podcast.
Yeah, these guys, they're always so full of shit.
It's like I'll share on social media, and I'm like, you have like 4 friends. Like, what the hell? You know, I mean, just like what the
like, wait, like I have 5,000 friends.
Yeah, and I'm just like, wait a second here. I'm getting close to the point where I can't accept more friends.
Right.
Yet you think you can get me more. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, so basically, okay. So back to the masterminds. Who exactly are the masterminds in this movie? That's a good question. Anyways,
Well, yeah, it's a philosophical question. I think Rafe is definitely one of them because he's he's like the really smart dude who did the security system. But actually, there's quite a few masterminds in this movie because there's him, obviously, and there's Ozzy. He's like a prodigy. You know, he's like 14 years old, already knows how to, you know, hack into like huge movie studios and download the shit for free, and already triangulating his IP address, which back then nobody knew anything about that concept. Like nowadays, like it's you hear it if you're on YouTube, you see an ad all the time. Like any content creator is pretty much telling you to go get a NordVPN, stuff like that. It makes it look like your internet connection's from like a different country. Back in '97, the internet was only mainstream for like 3 years at that point. So that was really advanced stuff back then to be showing that.
And by the way, NordVPN or any of the VPNs out there, if you would like to sponsor this show, please let me know.
Yeah.
I'd be more than happy to try out your product and you know, tell people how great it is.
Plus, too, with those things, you can watch like Netflix in other countries, and they got different movies and stuff in other countries.
And
I think,
many countries still have The Office on the Netflix, but it was just taken off recently.
Right?
In the United States,
I know. I mean, I've watched that show so many times, but still, it's sad that it's gone. But
but the thing is, it's like people were paying for that, so they might as well just, you know, if you really want to watch The Office, just, you know, buy the DVDs, or you know, pay for Peacock. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Right. And Australia, I think, has all the Harry Potter movies on Netflix, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So, if you like Harry Potter, as I do, you know, you go, hey, I want to be in Australia today. Boom. There you go. You can watch Australia Netflix. And then if you like, you know, North Korea, you might get, like, one movie, and it's, like, North Korean propaganda. But, like, you know, so, you know.
Yes.
That might not be that fun.
It's a different version of Harry Potter. It's
it's like a 5-10 minute movie where Harry Potter just kills like American imperialism, and
Voldemort is the hero. And
Anyway, so yeah, Rafe is the mastermind. Ozzy's the mastermind, but also I would wager that the people doing like all the drilling and stuff below the school are masterminds as well.
Oh yeah.
Because they got a whole team of people working on this thing. I mean, it's like 50 people job. Like, it's a huge project they're doing here. They got this drill captain. I don't know what you would call him, but he's
drill captain.
They're drilling underneath the school.
He's a drill sergeant.
Yeah.
That was a bad joke.
The school, okay, so we find out why later on, because all this is building up. Like, well, what are they doing underneath the school?
Yeah, I was wondering that the whole time. They're doing this drilling thing underneath the school as well. That's part of the plot here. That's all going on as well. So anyways, there's this negotiation going on where Bentley, Patrick Stewart's character, he's trying to get, you know, like, basically $1 billion to release like these rich kids.
Mm-hmm.
And Bradley Whitford's character is brought into the situation, and he's you know, they're negotiating with him, and he's just like, you know, basically he's gonna give them some of the money, like $500,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so you know, as a show of good faith, he brings his his financial officer there too, to, you know, deal with the situation. Anyways, but that happens a little bit later in the movie.
Yeah.
We've got a situation where basically Ozzy is like, you know, messing with the people, and then they're trying to catch him, and he's you know, Die Hard style inside of a bunch of a bunch of what do you call those vents, you know?
Oh yeah, the air vents or whatever.
Yeah. he's running around in those. And they send in this guy. What was his name? He was like the ferret.
Oh yeah, the ferret. It's like a small guy.
Yeah, he goes in to try to get after the kid. This is after, there's several different things where we have a bunch of Home Alone style, situations where
like a violent Home Alone.
Yeah, where Ozzy's setting up these traps and dumps coal on top of a guy and electrocutes him, and somehow this guy's still alive at the end of the movie. But
I know it was like hundreds of pounds of coal.
Yeah. And when he drops it on him, he says, coal is still an abundant resource.
Oh my God, I know. What a weird, ill-timed.
Yeah.
Well, then again, there's a lot of weird quotes from this movie that didn't really land well. That was one of them. Also, too, the whole Die Hard thing. He actually literally says that to his friend K-Dog, whatever. His name was. It's a Die Hard situation or whatever.
This is like Die Hard meets Hackers meets Home Alone. Yeah.
That's why.
But I will argue that Home Alone is Die Hard. So I'm just gonna, but that's just me.
Die Hard, but like for kids, basically.
Yeah.
Is that what we said? Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's pretty much very similar.
That's why I argue that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. But
yeah, because Home Alone.
Because it's the same plot and they both take place on Christmas.
Yeah.
And so, because if you just describe the plot of one movie, it's exactly the same as the plot of the other.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Except no one gets killed in Home Alone, but
that we know of.
That we know of. Who knows? Maybe Marv and Harry killed a few people on the way over there.
Yes.
We don't know that. We just know them as like these like lovable buffoons trying to, break into Kevin's house. Who knows? They could be, serial murderers for all we know.
Yes.
Anyway,
so
we forgot about K-Dog. K-Og's been helping out quite a bit though too in this movie.
Yeah, K-Dog had a walkie-talkie that has a really long range. By the way. Anyways, and basically Ozzy's like talking to him on it from time to time until it breaks. But the so K-Dog gets to the situation. K-Dog played by John Abrahams, who was weirdly enough, okay, so the Scream situation is he was actually in Scary Movie, which was a parody of Scream. So anyways, we'll just
cool.
Yeah. I really like him as an actor anyways. He needs to do more.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Wedding Crashers and the TV show Boston Legal and different things. Anyways, not Boston Legal, Boston Public, sorry. But
Boston. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So there so he's in the he's there as well. And they try to get a hold. Eventually, there is a sweet scene where the they do use the walkie-talkie, and the mom, the stepmom, is trying to get a hold of Ozzy, and is like basically saying that how much she loves him, and hopes that he's safe, right, and all this other stuff, and then is really worried about him.
Mm-hmm.
And he hears the whole thing, which was really cool, and then he starts communicating with them via Morse code on the thing or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that was sweet. And then Patrick Stewart breaks in and ruins the moment. But anyways,
way to kill the moment.
Yeah. It's okay. He was just thinking about dancing on a tropical island or whatever. And so anyways, eventually, speaking of K-Dog, he tells the people there that are negotiating that he can get in there, that he knows how, and they're just like, basically like, let's let the grown-ups deal with this. They don't say it like that, but it's basically like, and then so he ends up sneaking in there, through the sewer pipes, Andy Dufresne style, and the guy, he gets in there basically, through the thing, and he's like, I hope nobody flushes.
Right.
And then there's a big explosion that Ozzy set up. He blows up the swimming pool in the building, and then that floods everything down below. But that was after. Sorry, because so much is happening. It's like kind of hard to keep things in order. But before that, they had sent in the financial officer from Bradley Whitford's company, because Bradley Whitford's, his daughter's in there too, and he's worried about her.
Yeah.
And so they send him in with a briefcase full of the money. He's got a bulletproof vest on that actually has a wire in it, so they can know what the hell's going on there. And so he shows up with the money, and while they're there, at this point, they think the kids think they've won, because Ozzy's there, and there's a gun on the ground, because Ozzy got in there through the skylight in the ceiling.
Yeah.
God, there's a lot going on in this fucking movie.
I know. It's hard to keep up straight.
Yeah. But he gets in through the skylight and crashes in and, stops the situation where he tries to save Melissa, his little sister. And the financial officer's there. He ends up getting the gun that falls on the ground. And so then Ozzy is like, and Melissa are like all happy, and they think that they won. Turns out, dun dun dun, that the financial officer was in on the thing.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Well, yeah. By the way, Patrick Stewart's character actually used to work for the company that Bradley Whitford owns. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was embezzling money, and then he got fired. Yeah.
And somehow nobody knew about this, and they just hired him at a school.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I guess it's not on his. Well, who knows? Since the financial guy was in on it, maybe he expunged his record or something like that. Or
that's what I'm wondering, because I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm like, if I'm pretty sure that like, let's say on a lower scale, like I've known people that stole a candy bar at Walmart and got fired for it. I'm pretty sure Target wouldn't hire them after that.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right. So it's
It's like, what the fuck?
It was the 90s, though. It was so much time. No.
So much different back then. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, wait, you've been in on it the whole time. No!
Yeah.
And then they run away, I think. And then, right? Is that what happens?
Yeah.
They run away? Okay, yeah. And then
and Rafe, they take the... And Rafe, takes the... takes Melissa.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And her friend, whatever happened to her friend? Because Melissa was...
Her friend was still with the other kids, the other, like, 10 kids that were, like, rich and shit.
Right, because they wanted her because she was super rich.
Yeah. They didn't really care about Melissa because she's not rich.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But once they find out that Melissa is related to Ozzy, that's when they care about her.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're like, oh, now we got leverage on you, kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It is hard to kind of keep track of all this.
Yeah.
But that's 90s movies for you, or 90s action movies for you. It's a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
Jam packed. You want to get your bang for your buck, because back then it was like you had to go to the movie theater to actually watch a movie until you could rent it out on VHS or DVD or whatever.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, oh, you can now order it through like HBO Max or whatever. So it's like, you want to go in there, you want to go watch a movie, you want to buy your snacks, or you can sneak some in, whatever. Which is a crime technically, but no one gives a shit. And these people are not being paid enough to be like, I want to see you under your coat, sir. If you got a Snickers bar in there, whatever. Unless they're like a really goody two shoe, like that kid from like Clerks 2 or some shit who's like super religious or whatever. But like, anyway, that was a weird.
Okay.
Weird tangent. I'm sorry.
We're bringing up Elias from Clerks 2.
On tangent, man. That's how my brain works. Like I make connections where possibly maybe they shouldn't be made, but
yes,
that's kind of part of my quote somewhat charm, I guess, and so to speak.
Yes, yes.
For want of a better word, but so they took Melissa, right?
Yeah,
and then what happens now? Because we missed a few things, don't we? Because he blew up the pool. Yes, I thought there was something else that happened. though.
Yeah, basically what happens with the pool, it blows up and it floods the tunnels underneath that they were like digging and stuff.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because they were all right. So the whole drilling thing. Okay. Yeah. So now I remember the whole drilling thing was because this whole time Rafe has been bluffing with the negotiator guy. He's saying that he wants a helicopter, but he doesn't really want a helicopter. That was just to stall them because they're really trying to go underneath the tunnels to drive like these little cars, like
these like ATVs out of the thing, basically.
So yeah, he asked for a helicopter because they're expecting them to go out on this huge helicopter, so they're not really thinking of like people driving these little, things underneath the, in the tunnels or whatever. Because like Rafe literally planned like for everything except for this hacker kid, of course. But
yeah,
of course. But everything else though he planned for, So
well, yeah. I mean, it's just like in Die Hard. They didn't plan for John McClane to be there, so
Right, exactly. They're like, oh damn it, we planned this for months or even possibly years, and now we got this cop who's really angry and he's gonna kill us now, and damn it. Anyway, so what happens? They drive this stuff, right? And then
basically, so Ozzy gets tied up, and that's when the bomb explodes that floods the school's lower levels and neutralizes nearly everyone there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then he ends up freeing himself with he cuts there was like all this glass on the ground, so he uses that to cut the rope that he's tied to. And he ends up running into his friend K-Dog when he runs through the area to try to rescue Melissa. Bentley escapes with the ransom money. So, with Melissa, he's got the ransom money in Melissa, and then he gets on this ATV. And they have a situation. There was a situation earlier where the principal beats up people. I remember that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But I don't remember when that happened.
Yeah, well, she beats up the dude who was the financial advisor guy, I think.
Yeah, she does. Yeah,
in the tunnels or whatever.
Well, before that, she beat somebody up in the school.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
some dude, whatever.
so basically, there's this big ATV chase down in the tunnels. K-Dog and basically what ends up happening is the principal is knocked out on the ground underneath the tunnels, and they try to revive her, and then but they have to hurry up to go try to get Melissa. Say she's a she's a tough cookie. She'll survive, sort of thing.
Just leave her there.
Yeah. Which I was like, really? Okay. Anyways,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, the whole time I know that they need 2 people in the ATV to try to get Melissa off the other one, but I'm still thinking, I was like, there could have been a better plan. Anyways, or a better writer. Anyways, they end up chasing. There's like a really cool chase scene in the tunnels with the ATVs. They're trying to get Melissa off of the ATV that Patrick Stewart's on, and finally they do. And he goes down another tunnel, and he's trying to figure out how the hell to get out of there. Because these are basically like sewer tunnels underneath the whole city.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So
it's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
Because then, once Ozzy and Melissa and K-Dog are free, they climb up into a manhole cover, and they open it up, and they're in the middle of downtown. And a cab driver's like, need a cab?
Right, exactly.
And they end up he says, I need your radio, and he calls the cops on the radio somehow. I guess you can do that with, I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about radios. Anyways, so they call the cops, and then they basically alert the cops to the fact that the financial advisor was in on the thing. And so he's standing there, and then the principal walks in, and she confirms the thing, and then they're like, we don't believe you, blah blah blah. Still,
right, exactly.
And it's like, why not?
Or the principal lie, yeah.
And so they're like, take his phone. The last phone call he made was to his boss. They call it, and it ends up being the other guy that was bidding on the TV network.
Double twist.
Yes. Well, at least it went a different way than I thought it was going. I thought for sure Bradley Whitford's character was in on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how I would have written it, but that's just me.
Okay.
But I thought he was in on it and really didn't give a shit about his kid, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then again, that's just because Bradley Whitford, besides playing a good-hearted guy on West Wing for years, before that, the most thing he was known for is being the asshole in Billy Madison and stuff. So it's just kind of I was just expecting him to be the asshole again, and
Right. Did he also play Coogler in Community, or is that someone else?
That's somebody else. That was actually the creator of Arrested Development.
Oh, okay.
He's not even an actor. So,
cool.
yeah, Mitch Horowitz or something like that, whatever his name is.
Okay.
I could be wrong on his name. I'm just, But anyways, so basically, the cops know what's going on now. And soon afterward, Bentley sees a light at the end of the tunnel, literally. And drives his ATV out of it, only to discover that the light leads to a sewage reclamation plant.
Ugh.
The money begins to sink in the sewage as the police officers arrive to arrest him, and he's swimming underneath the sewage getting the money and shit, and I'm just gross.
Yeah, you're gonna get your money, now you're gonna die of dysentery. Yeah. Good job. And then you get arrested as well. So,
well, it's like he's playing the Oregon Trail. Anyways, sorry. Whenever I hear the word dysentery, that's what I think of.
I know, yeah, me too. It was a very common disease at that time.
Yes.
You didn't have proper, toiletries and, cleansing methods and whatever, or whatever the word is, not methods, but the right appliances.
I like to get dysentery and thatentery and oh wait, sorry.
Wow, dysentery.
You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, because this is where it's at. Anyways,
Wow.
What the fuck is wrong with me? Anyways, so basically that's how the movie ends.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then
because it ends on like a weird note. Like they don't actually say what. Yeah.
And then they have like a but this is also like before that though, like when they're on the ground or whatever, in downtown, we realize that Ozzy now views his sister as his stepsister as his real sister.
Right.
And it's like, aw. And then yeah. All right, do you want to take another break here, Matt, and then we'll come back and we can talk about some trivia and some reviews and shit?
Yeah, sure.
Reviews and shit. Anyways, we'll be right back, folks.
It's the ninja from the Ask the Angry Ninja Show saying, come listen to the show. We got the ninja wife to give you your movie reviews. We got the conscript to give you the ninja news. And we got the battle to talk about your sports. And as always, it is the Ask the Angry Ninja Show. So ask me a question. We'll give you the ninja knowledge you need for your ninja life. Search for us anywhere you get your podcast from. Just search for the Ask the Angry Ninja Show and enjoy the show.
And we are back. Okay, so all right, here's some trivia about this movie, Matt. You ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. One thing is, this movie made only £76 on its UK cinema release, making it the lowest box office taking of 1998.
What?
In the UK, yeah. £76.
So that's like 7 people or like 10 people.
Yeah, probably.
The entire country.
Yeah,
went to see that movie.
Makes you wonder how many screens it actually opened up on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe like one theater in London or something like that.
Yeah. Or maybe in some small town or something. You know?
Yeah, like in northern England,
yeah.
like way up north, like a 50-person village or something.
Yeah.
Well, they probably wouldn't have a cinema, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, it could be like some old, small theater that only has one screen.
Right.
Weird. Which is surprising because, it's a movie starring Patrick Stewart, who is pretty well beloved in England.
Yeah.
Sir Patrick Stewart,
right.
So, the setting of the fictional school is actually Hatley Castle. Sir Patrick Stewart would go on to film the X-Men franchise, which also uses Hatley Castle as Xavier's school for the gifted youngsters. So it's the same school. Yeah.
Sweet.
The movie is not available on DVD or Blu-ray as of November of 2018 when this was written. So, Kelsey Grammer was actually the original choice for the bad guy.
Oh, weird.
Another X-Men, by the way. But anyways,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Who, Beast?
Yeah, he played Beast.
Cool.
Yeah, and then again, it says as of May of 2019, this movie is not available on DVD or Blu-ray. It is available for purchase or rental on places like Amazon and iTunes.
That's strange,
yeah,
really.
VHS copies can be purchased online at a significant markup since VHS tapes are no longer produced.
Right.
So, yeah, and and just so people know, we watched this for free on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube itself offers this for free, I think.
No, actually, it wasn't. It's you got to pay for it on YouTube, but this was actually uploaded by some user.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. on a page called YouTube Movies, but it's not. But it's not associated with YouTube itself.
Gotcha.
No, because I actually looked up the movie and it came up on another way too that for it to be purchased.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that YouTube didn't take it down then. Probably because no one bought. I'm surprised. I actually liked this movie. I thought it was bad. Remembered it as being bad, but
I enjoyed it too. So, when Bentley makes his first appearance, he asks Principal Maloney to call him by his first name, Rafe, to which she immediately replies, "Fine." This is a reference to Rafe Fiennes, whose name is pronounced Rafe Fiennes, but spelled Ralph. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So obviously this is not, I don't really consider this trivia, but the protagonist Ozzy is played by Vincent Kartheiser, who is best known today for his role as Pete Campbell on Mad Men. He was also on Angel, among other things too. So just, letting you know. So he's a really good actor. So here's an interesting, weird trivia thing, which doesn't really have anything to do with the movie per se, as much as just life. Ozzy quotes the mock Latin phrase, non-illegitimum carbondum, whatever, I don't know, anyways, which Principal Maloney translates as, "Don't let the bastards grind you down."
Yeah.
Another version of this saying is a recurring motto in The Handmaid's Tale, which stars Alexis Bledel, who married Vincent Kartheiser in 2014.
Wow.
So, yeah. Anyways, so I'm going to read a couple of user reviews, but their user reviews are really positive for this movie.
Yeah. That's good.
So I mean, I'm trying to figure out where we should put this on our movie thing. I'm thinking of putting it on our 90s thing, like in our 90s series. So, just thinking that. So this is stuff we can talk about offline, but I'm just saying. But because I don't really think this is a bad movie.
No, it's pretty good.
Okay, so here's a review from 1999. Technologically literate teen comedy. This is from DCF2 in March 30th of 99. All right, the plot is stupid. There are, however, very few films that treat computer work and technology at all well. Even fewer show a realistic malcontent teen as a hero. And both Stewart and Kartheiser do excellent job with the limits of the material. Okay, here's another one from Lee Eisenberg in March 17th of 2006. This is a 7 out of 10. Completely silly, but kind of cool. We've seen movies about crafty teenagers playing a cat and mouse game with thieves so many times that it all gets blurred. But Masterminds is pretty entertaining. When shyster Rafe Bentley, a mustachioed Patrick Stewart, takes a school hostage, troublemaker Oswald Paxton decides to make Rafe's life a living hell in a way. The movie is mostly a series of gags, but well-done gags. This movie probably won't have any major effect on the cinematic landscape, but it doesn't pretend to be anything that it isn't. It's pure, unadulterated fun. Maybe if thieves ever take over a place, I'll just use some of the gags that I learned from Masterminds. Yes. Because you totally can do all of that.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe Lee Eisenberg can, whoever that is. But anyways, I don't know. I don't really feel like reading any more of the reviews, Matt, because they're all pretty good.
That's fine.
Yeah. Because I really liked the movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
it's stupid, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's no worse than some of the Die Hard movies. Or the Home Alone movies, It's kinda,
right, yeah. Like Home Alone 3 or 4 or whatever, Well, Home Alone 4 is pretty bad, but...
it's better than Home Alone 4. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's better than... It's probably better than Home Alone 3, even. So, yeah.
I mean, I liked it because it was like... gritty enough to not be like a little kids movie, but it wasn't like super violent and scary like some other hostage movies.
It's kind of like you could watch it with the whole family in a way. You know what I mean? It's not, yeah. Maybe not real little kids, but
like not like 5-year-olds or whatever. But like I remember too. Well, one of the lines, because I was reminded of like the weird lines, like some of the weird comments. So like. The one that you mentioned earlier, which one was that? About like, I hope no one flushes or whatever. There was another one too that you mentioned, but there was one that so like for maybe some of our listeners who didn't grow up like in the 90s or whatever, and maybe haven't seen a whole bunch of 90s movies, there is an issue with a lot of 90s movies that were kind of action oriented and or made for kids or teenagers, where they would just throw in like some line that was like supposed to be like jarring or funny, but didn't make any sense at all. And they just thought, oh, we could just slip this in and they'll think it's funny. Like Ninja Turtles 3, for example, is like a good. So like, there's this scene in Teenage Mutant. Okay, whatever. It's a terrible movie. Anyway, so like, they're facing off with like the bad guys, who's like some white dude in Japan for some reason, and they're like, oh, what were you expecting, the Addams Family? And it's like, okay, why would a 16th century European guy in Japan expect the Addams Family when no one for 400 years would know what the fuck the Addams Family is?
Well, yeah.
Anyway, so that's that movie. But in this movie, Rafe is like shooting off missiles from his car thing or whatever you call it, RTV or whatever it's called.
ATV, yeah.
ATV, and then like K-Dog's like, who's this guy think he is, Saddam Hussein? It's like, that's an odd choice. Like,
well, at the time, it would kind of make sense because this was not too far removed from Gulf War. No, I
get that, but he's not. Saddam Hussein didn't invent the missile. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah.
Like, Bosnia was going on during that time as well. If they wanted to make a hard-hitting political point in Masterminds, they could have been actually referencing the war in Kosovo if they wanted to be more accurate. I'm just saying. But,
True.
Anyway.
But
anyway.
How many people know about the war in Kosovo?
Exactly. Unfortunately, not very many. But
yeah.
Anyway, so that was kind of funny. I would recommend. You're going to ask me if I'm going to recommend.
Were you going to recommend this to anybody?
I would recommend it. Like, if you want to just like watch something kind of silly, and that's a little bit older. Like if you want to watch an older film because it's 23 years old, so it's kind of a roughly older film, and like a movie that you can sort of half pay attention to and not totally pay attention to and still understand kind of what's going on. I mean, it's not like Two Broke Girls when you can only dedicate 5% to knowing what's going on. Here, you might have to dedicate at least like 50%, what's going on. No offense to the actors of that show, by the way. Good actors, I'm just saying.
Good actors, bad show. Anyways,
yeah.
Yes. That applies to a lot of television, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I liked it a lot. I've decided now, and I hope you agree, I'm going to put this on our 90s,
sure,
our All290s series.
Yeah,
because this is actually a good 90s film. I mean, underrated in a way.
Yeah.
Yes. I liked it.
I'm just surprised that you can't get it on DVD or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it is available, digitally though. So I mean, I guess there's that. You can still get it in in an HD quality at least. So or whatever, at least digital quality.
Digital, man.
It's the future.
Digital is the future. Yeah. Future is now, man.
And now
you can
go
hook it up
and now
what's that?
And now.
Yeah. You okay there? What happened?
Well, I was just gonna say the future is now and now. And
yeah, because you have to keep saying now exactly because it's always future. Yeah, exactly.
But now it's the past. Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Shit, man.
Oh.
What was that line from the Cable Guy? You can hook up and play Mortal Kombat with a friend in Vietnam.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So yeah. So have you seen anything good lately or listened to anything good lately, Matt?
Yeah, I've been checking out the season 3 of Cobra Kai.
Oh, okay, cool.
I've only seen the first 5. I'm really letting it savor it. I didn't watch all episodes one day or anything. I wanted to really, enjoy it. So I watched the first 3 on New Year's morning. At 3 a.m. Then I watched 2 episodes last night, and I'll probably watch maybe 2 more tonight later or something like that. Music wise, still kind of on the old Genesis thing, kind of going through their old catalog. Some really good stuff like The Land Lies Down on Broadway, really good album. Nursery Crime, good album. Yep, I said that. Nursery Crime, that's what it's called. Yes. I didn't make it up. And then been checking out some of Steve Hackett's guitar albums because he was the guitarist for Genesis for quite a while, and he's put out a bunch of solo work over the past 40 years at this point.
Nice.
A lot of cool stuff like that. Some Peter Gabriel, been going through some of his solo work. I say solo? Sorry, solo work. His solo work.
I've been reading Genesis. No, I haven't.
The book of Genesis? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Yes, there's a book. There's a book called Genesis.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular book, I've heard.
Yeah. It's in this bigger book called the Bible. It's a hot take here. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that book.
Hot take.
Yeah.
Do you know what they sell? Actual independent books of the Bible.
Like you can buy the different books.
If you just want to buy literally the Book of Genesis, because they do that with the Quran too. I noticed that with the Quran. Like if you're at a mosque or something like that, they actually have little books that's just of certain chapters. Like if you just want to just read that chapter, you could go just grab that book or whatever.
Yeah, because I know I have a bunch of little things that are just the New Testament and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, I never knew you could buy just if you just wanted to get Leviticus or something, you could.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. I don't know where you could do it, but I know it's they exist. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but as far as things I've been watching though, Matt, it's something I highly recommend to everybody, and it's another hot take here but it's been out quite a while, a few months, probably even more by the time this airs. Is The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. Damn, it's good. Oh my god,
What's that show about exactly?
I'm halfway through this show. It's it's about an orphan who learns how to play chess from the janitor in her orphanage, and then becomes a chess prodigy after she gets adopted and stuff, and then her dealing with a substance abuse problem that she basically got while she was in the orphanage, and it's sounds so much more boring than it actually is, if that makes sense. It's a period. I mean, it takes place in the 50s and 60s, and it is just so good. It's cool. It's Anya Taylor-Joy, who stars in it, is just a beautiful woman and brilliant in the lead role, and it's just, I don't know, I'm halfway through the season. I'm sure it's going to get better. It's just every moment, it was one of those things I was I don't know if I'll like this, and I just got totally entranced by it to the point where it takes a lot sometimes for me to put down my cell phone and actually just fully pay attention to something, and that's what I've been doing with this show. So I've been pacing it too. I don't want to watch it all at once, kind of like you're doing with Cobra Kai. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Highly recommend it. Probably some of the best acting and directing and writing and television in the last 20 years or so. I'd put it up there with Breaking Bad or something as as good television. So yeah.
How many seasons has it got? 1 season so far?
Yeah, just 7 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a limited series based on a novel from the 80s. It's so So yeah, I don't know if they're going to have any more seasons or not. I don't know, because like I guess the whole season covers the whole book, so it's kind of, you know.
Cool.
But yeah. Anyways, so folks, hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. Follow us on all the social medias and the twits and the books and the grams. And the you know, everything like that. You know, tell a friend about the show too, you know.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Please.
You know,
Appreciate it.
Also, you know, be safe. Wear a mask. Wear a condom. Wait, what?
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're having, you know,
I was good.
sex, don't just wear it randomly. You know.
It's like, wait, what? Okay, I'm gonna go outside and go grocery shopping now. I better put on my mask and condom. I'm like, wait.
I mean, it couldn't hurt, probably, but anyways, I don't know if it would help, but it doesn't really hurt.
Wow.
So, yeah, if it's cold out, wear a coat.
Yep.
If you're in a car, wear a seatbelt.
Yes, better do that. If you're in
if you can't see, wear glasses.
Yeah. If it's sunny, wear a hat.
Yep.
You know, if you're out in the sun for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Wear some sunscreen.
Yeah, because you know it's January, and you know probably 3 weeks into January we're gonna start seeing the sun coming out more, and you might oh, it's winter, the sun's not. No, it doesn't matter what the temperature is, the sun's still shining on you. So
yeah. And if it's January where you are and you're like down under, it's probably really warm and sunny. So
right,
because you know
exactly.
It's like summertime in in Australia, which is weird.
Yep.
Anyways, so beyond that, you know, just you know, buy our stuff on TeePublic. That's a good thing too, because when you go out in public, you need to wear clothing. And, you know, we have shirts and stuff, so you could wear those.
That you could wear, which is a good thing to wear, because people usually wear shirts. And unless you wear, like, a tunic or something that's different, but, like, you know, not tunic.
I like to wear a one-nick.
A one-nick, yeah. And then...
and a three-nick.
You know... and shit like that. And Patreon as well. We got a Patreon.
Yes, we do.
And all that cool jazz. And then, well, it's not cool jazz. I'm more into hard jazz, personally, so you won't really hear too much cool jazz. But,
this
you might hear
is Smooth Jazz
or something
with
like that.
Matthew Haas. Anyways, we should probably go now before I get too crazy.
Sure.
So, you know, be good to each other. You know, recycle. Treat the world great. Wear a mask. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Haas. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.